Time now for your forewarned weather.
Seth Sanders in for Lana tonight. And Seth, it's going to be a hot weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's the forecast, Brian. That's all
we're done? We're done now.
That's all we need to know.
We'll go to break.
Just kidding. We got to go over the specific numbers. There's a couple other things we need to talk about as well. But I want to get you guys started with this time lapse coming out of the Black Desert Resort. They had a high of 102 degrees.
Oh, how you doing down there, everybody? You all okay?
They're doing sweaty.
Okay, yeah, they're doing sweaty.
They are not okay down there.
Nice sunset.
It's really hot. Yeah, really beautiful sunset. Here's another picture of a gorgeous sunset from southern Utah. This is Cedar City. Phoenix Hemsworth sent this our way. And we do have some smoke down in that area. Not great for the lungs. However, there's a silver lining. It adds a little bit more zest to our sunset. Really pretty picture. Phoenix, thank you for sending that our way. Now let's talk about that air quality, because tomorrow it's going to be moderate for really the entire state. In some places, including Davis and Salt Lake County, are going to be in the unhealthy for sensitive groups. So make sure you limit your time outside if you have any respiratory illnesses or you're just sensitive to that in general. The main threat here in northern Utah is actually going to be ozone with the heat of the day. All right, now let's talk about that high pressure. High pressure is in control, and it's going to stay in control for the next little while. You notice it's acting as a storm block, keeping the wet weather to the east of us and to the north of us through Montana, and it's going to keep us very dry and very warm. Temperatures right now are cooling down, but they're still warm. 81 degrees here in Salt Lake. That's only 2 degrees shy of the average high temperature of the day, but we topped out at 96 degrees. We got 70s down I-15, 80s for the eastern portion of the state, and St. George is still holding on to those 90s. And by midnight, we're going to drop down to the 70s here in Salt Lake as well. Clear skies hold on all throughout the night. 67 degrees by 5 a.m., so even when you walk out the door to go to work or wherever you're going tomorrow, it's going to still be pretty warm. And then 82 degrees by 10 a.m. So we start warming up very quickly. It's also going to be very dry. We do have a fire weather watch that's going to be in effect. This goes into effect on Monday. We're looking at winds 10 to 20 miles an hour out of the southwest, up to 35 miles an hour, and humidity as low as 4%. That is the type of dry that chapstick doesn't solve. Very dry down there, and I think it could be extended into Tuesday as well. Our future cast is a little bit of a boring one. That high pressure remains in control, and so we don't see a whole lot of moisture, really any at all. The only moisture that we see is just a couple of clouds that'll roll through on your Sunday, but they aren't going to provide too much shade. A lot of them are going to be the higher altitude cirrus clouds, a little bit thin. So we have this hot air in place, and this high pressure is going to slide to the east. That opens the door for a southerly wind that's going to drag that really warm Arizona, southern Nevada air across the state, bringing even hotter temperatures across the Beehive State. And then we have this low pressure system that's going to be coming in off the coast. It'll knock our temperatures back just a little bit. Doesn't last long, though, because high pressure rebounds and it gets hotter yet again by the middle of next week, and the heat is here to stay for the next really week. Regional forecast shows that we're going to be similar as far as temperatures go tomorrow, if not a degree or two warmer. Let's punch this in so that you can find your city. The Wasatch Front is going to be in the mid-90s, mid-80s to low 90s for the Wasatch back, so even the higher terrain is going to have a hard time escaping the heat. We have 80s and 90s in central Utah, 100 degrees for Green River, clear skies. And then down in southern Utah, we're looking at mostly clear skies. A little bit hazy towards Bryce Canyon. Hanksville could get pretty hazy as well thanks to that smoke. St. George topping out at 102 degrees tomorrow. Now, it's going to be a warm Father's Day weekend, especially on Sunday. That'll be the warmest day with 90s and even hundreds on deck. St. George doesn't break free of the hundreds at all, actually. Triple digits are here to stay in St. George. 105 for your Father's Day. Drops down to 101 on Tuesday, but that is not cool at all, and then it starts to warm right back up. As for the Wasatch Front, we're toasty as well. We could be flirting with hundreds on your Father's Day. 99 degrees is the high. If we don't hit it then, there's a better chance that we hit it on your Thursday and Friday. Very warm.
Oh, very warm, but yet you're still going to grill. You're still going to grill.
Of course.
Got to.
Of course.